Hi, I like to give a little oral feedback on the literature review because there's so much going on and it's just a good idea to kind of go through. The first thing I like to look at is the format because it's so important when you get your project that you're not worried about format. Everything looks good. See how clean this looks as you go down the page? The indentation is correct. The use of the in-text citation. So you can just see one thing you don't want to do this. You always want to avoid long list. And paraphrase, take what's important, work that through there. But again, looking at the format, it's really nicely done. The DOI numbers are here. So the format looks really well done. So let's go back and look a bit at the content of what you have here. The concept of, and the we is not very, it's not we. This paper will review several articles on the topic of competency-based learning. And this is what you want to do right here. What is it? I mean, there'll be a lot of people, the first thing they have to know, and then as soon as you say according to yours, you need the in-text citation. And there's a way to do this. So rather than saying the article, there's a way to use the in-text citation as soon as you put the quotation, as you do in the rest of this. So now, this is what it says. Competency-based learning structure, it allows the flexibility to earn credit and demonstrate mastery. This leads to better. But what exactly does this mean? So that's why I say you might look at some other authors and what they say by that, then synthesize a definition that talks about how that looks in practice. Certainly relates to that. The primary theory article is performance improvement. That's a framework, yes, with that. And then again, you want to avoid all these long introductions. There are, just begin here, and then put the in-text citation. There are 5 outcomes outlined in the specialization. Put the like you do right there. Only put the other wordage and verbiage in there too. So take all of the titles out of there, and just use the in-text citations. So other than that, was pretty good in this article. And again, you don't need some of this stuff. Just the author's question, and you know, Dyer's et al. Question. The more specific you are, the research concluded it can be applied. And again, you want to avoid adverbs there. We may be doing so. You're doing a good job presenting research and discussing it. If we follow along, and again, that's the type of introductory phrase you can probably just get rid of, and working with the ideas presented by DC Red, you could assume, it could be assumed, and again, take these little things out, very small things. What you're doing is a very good job of presenting summary of articles. Now here, while he did this, they did this. That's good comparison and contrast, all right? You want to do that. Then you're looking, as I said, you want to get rid of all this, and paraphrase that, not the narrative part. Was similar to Lyon and Hughes, and again, that's where you want to be a little bit more specific with the in-text citations. So you've done a really good job finding research. You have little synthesis, a lot of it's still summary yet, but that'll come. I think it's a very good start on the topic. Now, you always have to consider, what are you going to be able to do to implement? Are you going to be able to implement something to see if the competency-based learning is going to be effective? So consider what you can implement in your position with competency-based learning to get to this part, better student engagement.